Thank you, Neka. From that global update, we rejoin Mr. Oluwole Adeosun, President of the Chartered Institute of Brokers. How is Lagos this afternoon?
Lagos is fine. Lagos is fine, weather is cool.
Good to know.
Friday.
Same for Abuja. Well, let's kickstart the conversation. Against the background of the need for the federal government to exploit opportunities in the commodities space to grow the economy, what is the stake for stockbrokers in all of this?
The stake for stockbrokers, as you mentioned, is that critically at this period we are having our annual stockbrokers conference. And one of the critical areas under focus will be the commodities trading space. For this conference, there is an array of seasoned professionals in the commodity market that will be discussing various relevant issues in the commodity space in Nigeria. We have arranged the managing director of the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange as one of the lead speakers. He will be supported by MD of Dukia Gold, that is the refining company of gold in Osun State. Will be supported also by the FX Commodity Exchange and several others. We have brought these speakers together.
Okay, Mr. Adeosun. Mr. Adeosun, this issue of commodities exchange is what the government and also the private sector is looking for to grow the economy after the effects of the pandemic. I'm talking about non-oil exports since oil prices have continued to fluctuate. Is that one of the reasons why you're taking agriculture? And how far are you taking this? And what is the level of enlightenment to broaden the market for farmers and those who engage in such businesses to get returns on investment?
Okay. We are focusing on commodities exchange and principally on agriculture at our annual conference for 2022. And the reason is to set the agenda for the federal government to productively exploit the commodity exchange mechanism in the Nigerian capital market. And also the fact that the agricultural sector is fundamental to the Nigerian economy, employing about 35% of the country's population. The sector contributes positively and approximately about a quarter of the country's GDP, gross domestic product. This is significant, despite the presence of crude oil. Consequently, agri is a sector that has been of topmost priority to the Nigerian capital market. Two companies in the agricultural sector, Okomu Oil Palm Company and Pesco PLC, have ranked among the highest price gainers on the equity segment of the Nigerian capital market in recent months. It is on this basis that the 2022 annual stockbrokers conference is going to beam its spotlight on agriculture, exploring the nexus between the agricultural sector and the capital market as drivers of employment and economic growth, and profiling effective strategies to restore Nigeria to the path of double-digit growth in gross domestic product through agricultural development and exploiting the commodity market space.
Okay, you mentioned two entities that actually succeeded in trailing the blaze, but that number possibly might be small. Can you just let us into much more of the opportunities in the capital market for agricultural development in Nigeria?
Well, there is so much opportunity for the capital market. So, the agri sector, look at the value chain of agri from the front end to the back end. There are various opportunities along the way, and on this plane of the agricultural value chain, you have companies that are big, you have companies that are small, micro, medium enterprises. They should be encouraged, and the capital market will encourage them, provide them funding to enable them scale up, to provide them funding to enable them expand their capacity and be able to produce enough for the country to feed the teeming population of Nigeria and even export. There is a lot to do along the value chain, and all of this at the end of the day, when resources are provided, when funding is provided, when the capital market provides a platform for them to be able to showcase what they are able to do and expand their capacity, then you will begin to see massive development in that sector. So the capital market is a very simple tool to enable these entities along the value chain to expand their capacity and be able to get to the dreamland that they have in their projections for their strategy and to be able to meet their capacity output levels.
Okay, talking about massive investment in that sector and with the capital market providing the platform for such funding. Yes, funding has been the issue. But where is the place of capacity building? I understand that money is not just enough, but how you use this money to get the best out of it. Now, where is the place of your institute, operators and policy makers putting heads together to ensure that aside this funding, where is the place of capacity building?
Well, the place of capacity building as far as the institute is concerned is with respect to advocacy, making a case, as we are going to do at this conference once again, which we do every year, making a case for agricultural development, making a case for the commodity trading space as a veritable tool to expand. So we take advocacy very seriously. We make representation to the authorities, we make representation to the federal government, we make representation to the state government, we make representation to other stakeholders in the value chain of the agri and the commodity space in the country. And with the advocacy that we make, people are able to hear the possibilities that the capital market can provide. People are able to hear about the capacity that should be built around the two sectors and then be able to bring in additional resources in place. You know, the resources, the labor and everything, the land and everything, the capital and then the entrepreneurial spirit that is necessary as factors of production that will yield to massive output in that area. As you know, like I said, the sector contributes 35% of the labor market and then 25% of the GDP. We can only increase it. The ideal thing is to increase it, and that is what we are advocating, even for those that are seeking to come into government, that you need to develop this area even more to be able to improve the GDP of Nigeria and improve the socio-economic well-being of the citizens of this country.
Okay, Mr. Adeosun, you have spoken to how unique this particular conference, this year's conference is. So what are the expected actions, actionable steps to be taken afterwards? We usually have talk shops, we have wonderful policies. When it comes to implementation, it's always a challenge. Are you planning anything different?
Well, it's always very unique when we have conferences like this. We are critical stakeholders will be in agenda. They will speak. They will be asked questions. There will be cross-referencing of ideas. And after this, we have the communique that will go to the respective agencies of government, respective arms of government, the ministries, the parastatals that are responsible for the theme of the various conferences that we have held. So the same way that we've done it before is the same way we're going to do it here, and it's always achieved much desired impact. The leading voices in government that helps, and also in the private sector, they all come together to hear what we're going to say during this conference, and we send the communication to them. And based on this, the private sector, they consider that in their strategy, decision, and implementation, and then also for the government too in policy making.
Okay. So collaboration is the way. Collaboration is the way to go.
Yes, it's the way to go. We are going to have the Minister of Agriculture. We're going to have the Director General of the Secretary of State Commission. We're going to have
all the critical stakeholders involved. Okay, thank you so very much, Mr. Oluwole Adeosun, President, Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers of Nigeria. I wish you very well in your deliberations. Thank you so very much for sharing your thoughts with us.